Coach.
Hi.
How are you today?
Just super, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm glad. Man, I'm really glad.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Coach, any update on Nico?
He won't play tonight. You know, he's not. He's feeling better, but not well enough that he can play. So he'll be out again tonight, and Julius will start in his place as he did the other night.
I mean, what has that done to your depth in the front court? I mean, how do you have to change your whole game plan based on him being out, and what does it, do your whole?
Well, I mean, obviously you're talking about a guy that's playing about, between 26 and 30 minutes a game for us. So we have to fill in those minutes somewhere, and Chet probably will be in the rotation tonight, and we'll ask him to do some things for us. But it also take away some outside shooting, and he's just a good solid player. So we kind of been going through this the whole season with injuries and stuff like that. You just gotta plug guys in and hope that they step up for you.
Do you guys have any more confidence going through this 25 games? The fact that you did something similar last year and kind of grew out of it twice, and then but you're going through kind of this period where you're up and down and you're 500 and you feel like you should probably be better than that. Do you look back to last year at all, or does it's totally new?
I just think that there's so many games left. The thing that I keep saying to the guys is that we don't know what kind of team we have because we hadn't played with the guys that we're going to be playing with. Obviously we were happy with the way we started with Alfred, and now he's down, and we've had other guys that have played well, and we've had guys miss games here and there, and AD's missed a few games. But I think what you have to do is that you just got to keep plugging away at it, and somewhere along the line, you got to win those 10 out of 12 or 10 straight to kind of make up for the ups and downs that you have. And to me, I guess the greatest thing is that there's no one running away with it. Golden State is not 25-2, and Houston is not 25-2. Denver's playing really good basketball, but they still have 7 losses or whatever. So it's not like anybody's creating this great separation. So what we have to do is just keep battling and try to keep our head above water enough that when we get our team back, I think everybody healthy, I think we can be pretty good.
At the same time, you've got 14 teams that are all kind of in the mix. It doesn't. Only one team is kind of bottomed out, and everybody else is there. Do you like it? Would you prefer it almost if there was 3 or 4 teams that were kind of stacked up, and at least the playoffs were a bit more, stratified? Or
actually, I like it just like it is. I think everybody is. I think everybody's an injury away from struggling some. It's been apparent this year more so than anything, but. I just think that it doesn't matter. In the West, that's the way it's going to be anyway. And I think what people are finding out also is that, we talk about the West. I think we found out that the East is very, very good also when you look at what Milwaukee is doing and what Toronto is doing. And, obviously Boston has now kind of got their swag back. And, you keep talking about teams, and before you know it, all of a sudden, you're talking about 7 or 8 teams in the East that are very good basketball teams.
And what do you think Andrew Harrison will be able to bring to that guard rotation?
Oh, I think that, first of all, he gives us some length and size. I think that's good. I think he's a good defender, which can always help. The one thing he hadn't done is that he hadn't been in a system where we're going to ask him to play at a really, really fast pace. Obviously Memphis didn't play that way, but I think he's very capable of doing it. I think he relishes the opportunity to play in a system like this. So, we'll see what happens.
How do you size up the matchup between AD and DeAndre Jordan tonight?
That would be great, but he's not going to be matched up against him. So,
I think it'll happen at all.
It might happen sometime, but and I don't really believe in like matchups. One guy against one guy, because that very seldom ever happened. The way defenses are now, and the way the switching, and the way everything is, with the drops and the things like that. I don't think it comes down to one guy matching up against the other.
last game after halftime, you mentioned the bigs did a better job of playing up on the screen and roll and the dribble handoffs. Is that going to be a focus going forward on applying pressure at the screen there?
I think we got to get better at that, and I think we got to get consistent at that. And you have to be up on those screen and roll because the guards coming off those things are just too good in the league. You know, when you think about a Lou Williams or you think about what Luka Doncic, you know, what he can do off screens and stuff like that. It's almost imperative that your bigs be up, and you know you got to try to slow the guy coming off and turning the corner and heading downhill on you. So that's an area that we're definitely talked about and think that we have to get much better at.
And was that an active adjustment, or was it just a re-emphasis?
Just a re-emphasis more so than anything. We talked about being up, and you know, I think as the game goes on, you back a little bit farther, and you know, we just kind of re-emphasized it at halftime in a really strong way that we had to be up.
The decision to move Frank down to the G League, how did he kind of take that, and what was it just to get minutes?
Oh, I think so. You know, I mean, if you think about it, he really hadn't played in 2 years, and you know, he was hurt at Duke, and we just wanted to get him some on-court experience. He's going to have an opportunity to play, you know, 5-6 games in 11 days, and you know, and then obviously we'll bring him back up. But you know, I think it's really good for him, and it gives him an opportunity to play extended minutes in a situation where he can, you know, feel good about, you know, just competing and being on the court.
Is ankle back to 100%?
I don't know if it's ever going to be 100%, but it's back to the point where he can play and he should be fine.
Thank you.